Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be solving the problem 9 to the power of 900 minus 9 to the power of 901. So, to solve this, I'm going to first start by evaluating my terms. So we have 9 to the power of 900 and 9 to the power of 901. And these two terms are pretty similar, except that the exponent for 9 to the power of 900 is 1 less than the exponent for 9 to the power of 901. So the easiest way to solve this is to simplify this as much as we can. And a way to do that is to factor out a term. Well, 9 to the power of 900 is actually a factor of 9 to the power of 901. So all we have to do is rewrite 9 to the power of 901 as something times 9 to the power of 900. Well, we can use properties of exponents to do this. So I'm actually going to rewrite 9 to the power of 901 as 9 to the power of 900 plus 1. And now I can use the exponential property a to the power of m plus n is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So I get 9 to the power of 900 minus 9 to the power of 900 times 9 to the power of 1. So now from here, these two terms have the number 9 to the power of 900 in them. So I'm going to factor out 9 to the power of 900, which is what I said I was going to do at the beginning of the video. So now I get 9 to the power of 900 times 1 minus 9 to the power of 1. And this is equal to 9 to the power of 900 times 1 minus 9, because 9 to the power of 1 is the same thing as 9. Now 1 minus 9 is equal to negative 8, so I get 9 to the power of 900 times negative 8. Now from here, I said I was going to simplify this as much as possible. And we can't really get the exact value because 9 to the power of 900 is such a big number that we can't actually get the exact value for that. However, what we can get is the simplified value, and we're going to simplify it as much as possible. So I'm actually going to move this negative sign to the front. So I get negative 9 to the power of 900 times 8. And this gets me negative 3 squared to the power of 900 times 2 to the power of 3. We're simplifying these terms as much as possible. So I'm going to use a quick exponential property that says that a to the power of m to the power of n is equal to a to the power of m times n on 3 to the power of 2 to the power of 900. So I get negative 3 to the power of 1800 times 2 to the power of 3. So this is my final solution to this equation. Now, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and even show this to any of your friends and family. That would support me a lot. I have a bunch of other videos similar to these on my channel, and if you're up for any challenges, I have a bunch of those, so please make sure to check them out. And thank you for watching. Bye. Alright, so in this problem, I have 2 to the power of x minus 1 plus 2 to the power of x minus 2 plus 2 to the power of x minus 3 is equal to 448. So now if I have a to the power of m plus n, this is equal to a to the power of m times a to the power of n. So in this case, I have m here, this is equal to x, and n is equal to negative 1 for 2 to the power of x minus 1. So that's going to turn into 2 to the power of x times 2 to the power of negative 1. Now I have this plus 2 to the power of x minus 2. That's going to equal 2 to the power of x times 2 to the power of negative 2. And 2 to the power of x minus 3, that's going to equal 2 to the power of x times 2 to the power of negative 3. Now I have this is equal to 448. Now 2 to the power of -1, that's the same thing as 1 over 2, which is, now if I multiply that by 2 to the power of x, I get 2 to the power of x over 2. Now I have this plus 2 to the power of x over 2 squared, plus 2 to the power of x over 2 to the power of 3, and this is equal to 448. Now if I factor out 2 to the power of x, I get 2 to the power of x times 1 over 2 plus 1 over 2 squared plus 1 over 2 to the power of 3. This is equal to 448. Now this is equal to 1/2 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8. This is equal to 448. Now 1/2 plus 1/4, that's going to be 6 over 8, which is equal to 3 over 4. And 3 over 4 plus 1/8, that's going to be 7 over 8. So now I have 7 over 8 times 2 to the power of x is equal to 448. Now we want to isolate 2 to the power of x, so I'm going to divide both sides by 7 over 8. So these two cancel out, and I get 2 to the power of x is equal to 448 times 8 over 7. Now, 448 times 8, that's equal to 3,584. Now I have this over 7, which is equal to 512. So I 2 to the power of x equals 512, meaning x is equal to 9. Alright, so in this problem, I have x to the power of 4 minus 9 is equal to 0. So I'm going to first start by rewriting x to the power of 4 as x to the power of 2 times 2. And now I have this minus 9 is equal to 0. So if I have something in the form a to the power of m times n, this is equal to a to the power of m to the power of n. So x to the power of 2 times 2, that's going to equal x to the power of 2 to the power of 2 minus 9 is equal to 0. Now I'm going to rewrite negative 9 here as negative 3 squared. And if I have something in the form a squared minus b squared, this is equal to a plus b times a minus b. So in this case, a is equal to x squared and b is equal to 3. So now I'm going to be left with x squared plus 3 times x squared minus 3 is equal to 0. So now this is going to give me two equations. I get x squared plus 3 is equal to 0, and I get x squared minus 3 is equal to 0. So for x squared plus 3 equals 0, I can subtract 3 on both sides. So I get x squared is equal to negative 3. And now I'm going to take the square root on both sides. The square root of x squared is x, and the square root of negative 3, that's going to equal the square root of 3 times the square root of negative 1. And if you guys already know, the square root of negative 1 is equal to I. So I get x is equal to positive negative square root of 3i. Now for x squared minus 3 equals 0, this is much simpler than the other one. All I have to do is add 3 on both sides, and I get x squared is equal to 3. And now, if I take the square root on both sides, the square root of x squared is x, so I get x is equal to positive or negative square root of 3. Alright, so in this problem, I have 4 to the power of x minus 3 times 16 to the power of x is equal to 64. So, to solve this, I'm going to first start by rewriting 16 as 4 squared. So now I have 4 to the power of x minus 3 times 4 squared to the power of x is equal to 64. And now, because these two have the same bases, if I have something in the form a to the power of m times a to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m plus n. And 4 to the power of 2 to the power of x, that's going to equal 4 to the power of 2 times x, or 4 to the power of 2x. So I have 4 to the power of x minus 3 plus 2x is equal to 64. And now 64, that's equal to 4 to the power of 3. So now I have 4 to the power of x minus 3 plus 2x is equal to 4 to the power of 3. And now, if I have something in the form a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, this means that m is equal to n. So in this case, x minus 3 plus 2x is equal to 3. So now to simplify this, we just combine like terms. X plus 2x, that's going to be 3x, so I have 3x minus 3 is equal to 3. And now I'm going to add 3 on both sides. So I get 3x is equal to 6, and if I divide both sides by 3, I get x is equal to 6 divided by 3, which is 2.